We have criminals coming in. We have human traffickers coming in. We have drugs pouring in. We have things happening that you don't want to even know about.
The safety of the American people is my highest and absolute priority.
Does that sound familiar? That's probably because you heard it in your middle school history class.
I honestly don't know what the preamble is. I've definitely heard it in class and stuff, but I can't tell you what it is, so I'm not too 100% sure on the significance of it in America.
In case you forgot about the preamble, here's a little refresher. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of the liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America.
The preamble is the best summarization of what America aspires to be.
The preamble very clearly states the goals of the United States. You don't have to read 27 long amendments to figure out what our country stands for. While you may argue that the Constitution does that, the preamble does it in such a short and sweet fashion that it's easy to read, understand, and comprehend for any audience, and it really gives them a taste of what America's like. It's the introduction to the sort of handbook that is our country's Constitution.
It demonstrates how the country operates and what its citizens stand for.
Pretty much all citizens nationwide follow this document to this day, since the 1800s. I think that considering the preamble was written in 1787, it's worth noting that it's been over 200 years since this document was written, and people are still following it, along with the Constitution. If that's not admirable and pretty shocking, I don't know what is. One could easily argue that the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution is a more deserving and more historically significant document in opposition to the preamble. This is everyone's go-to piece of evidence for the freedom that America employs. But the thing is that the First Amendment isn't what defines America. It defines what we as people are entitled to as citizens.
But it's far from the embodiment of America as a whole. Amendments only apply to citizens of the USA, not everyone who lives in America. The preamble doesn't pick and choose who it applies to. It applies to everyone. Not lefts, not rights, not blacks, not whites, not gays, not straights. Everyone.
Cumulatively, the preamble is a clear, yet considerably complex explanation of what being an American entails.
On the other hand, though, the First Amendment doesn't truly define what America is.
Never forget what your middle school teachers taught you. The preamble is the most important document and is truly what America is about.
But I do remember it being decently significant to America, the way it's changed in shape over the years.
The preamble was when the people from Europe who didn't want to be under Britain's control anymore, they decided to come over. And
Alright, so I remember like most of it from Schoolhouse Rock, but it's really just like a start to the Constitution, and I don't know if it actually like adds any important information other than just like starting it off.
The preamble to the Constitution, we the people, it basically is an introduction. It sets us up what our rights are in this country in a short, sweet, to the point sentence. To me, and what I think it means to all Americans, is knowing that we have the right to prosper here, we have the right to be safe here, and we have the right to pursue what we all like to say, and is a cliche, but is it really, is pursuing the American dream.